So the last thing we remember, you ran towards the tower, and then it all disappeared into one gigantic sinkhole as you disappeared inside. Here's a map I prepared earlier.
A map of Richie's Hall.
Didn't we vanquish everything and get all the loot?
That's exactly what happened. You disappear inside, the opening slams shut, you are all on an unstable platform. As you can see, the tower has collapsed inwards, and towards the front of this long chasm, all the buildings seem more intact, but as they get towards those sharp pointy teeth things at the end, the rubble is smaller and smaller. So you're all on an unstable ground made up of partially destroyed buildings with flat bits in between of soil and things like that. Ryan, you slung your shield over your shoulder and grabbed Bourbon as everybody went into this hole. Earl, you've put your weapons away and grabbed hold of Feck and Dag because they're both still unconscious. But this chick here has fallen in. She's about 10 metres away from you on this shifting platform of rubble. She does look as shocked and as horrified as you do. The end you came in snaps shut. The cavern's lit with a low level of bioluminescence, so you can just about see okay, and that's effectively what you see. You can make out those details. She's landed and rolled is on some loose ground around 10 metres away from you, but like I said, Earl, you're holding Feck and Dag, and Ryan's holding Bob, and they're both unconscious at the moment. So what do you want to do, chaps?
Well, I mean, we've got to kill that person, right? One thing at a time.
Let's kill her first.
Well, yeah. What else were we going to do?
Do you want me to hold the dog while you get your bow out?
Oh, yes, please.
It's an unstable, moving funnel of rubble and broken bits of building heading towards those giant teeth. So it's going to, you only move at half your normal speed. And because it's unstable, ranged attacks are made at a minus 10% penalty. So we best, chaps, roll some initiatives then, hadn't we?
Can I have a stand roll, Rich? Are these teeth actually like chewing on the buildings and the dirt and stuff, or does it just look like teeth?
Oh no, there's definitely grinding noises coming from all around you, and as you could see, the buildings actually turn from building-shaped buildings more and more to rubble as they get to the teeth. So the teeth, you look and they look like they're moving pretty slowly, but it could be a trick of your imagination.
Didn't one of the other characters cast movement on us?
Yes.
So we're moving at the normal rate then?
Earl has cast mobility. Yes, can you check your magic points, Earl? I think you took them out of your crystal. So you'll have your normal movement speed, of which if you want to make an attack, you can move half. So if you can just roll your initiatives, please. Target your token and roll your initiatives.
My crystal should be down to 5 now.
Right. So Crodan and the NPC are going first. And she's landed and rolled and is busily sort of rocking backwards forwards on unsteady ground.
I'll shoot her.
Well, you've like I said, you've got hold of the dog. So if you want to,
I'll hold the dog.
Yeah, I'll pass the dog over to.
If you're gonna hand the dog over to Andy, and then pull your bow out, you'll fire at the end of the round. So please remind me of that.
I will.
Right. She gets up. She sees that all of you have come crashing down. You can just see on the left-hand wall of the cavern, I don't know if you noticed, there's a very slight ledge leading to a door. She spots this and attempts to head towards it. 5. Attempting to get away from you. Right. As she does that, she moves away from you and she's surrounded by the same sparking runic shield that you saw with the other woman, who you believe is her sister, and she moves away from you. Next up we have Mclovin.
I cast Disruption on her.
Right, okay. I will put. Right, well, Kane, you're on the same initiative turn. So while Brace is reconnecting, what are your plans to do? You've got like you can draw your sword in one hand, but you've got Bob and sort of slumped over in the other arm because you're a big, strong lad.
What's the? I need to have a look at what the range of a javelin is. 20 range, so it's like 20 meters, right? Up to. It's like optimal range. Sorry.
Yeah.
She's within 20 meters, right? I'll attempt to throw a javelin at her. Is it minus 10%? Did you say?
Yes. She's 16 meters away. If you, I don't know if you can see that. You can see the.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can move up to half your move as well because you've got mobility on. You can move 6 if you wanted to, but obviously you've got a baboon there.
I'll just I'll move. I'll just move like 3 or something, you know, and then so I can get clear shot.
Right, and Bobbin
With the
comes
bulb
with
in
you.
it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and then I'll throw a javelin with a modifier. Or do I just? Yeah, I guess I just throw it in it if it's. Oh, never mind. It's fine.
8 damage
First
to the
time.
abdomen. Barely penetrates the spark and shield, and you see it actually digs in through her armor, causing a minor wound because she sort
Okay.
of starts and jumps.
Take that. That's me.
Just a flesh wound. Are you back yet, Brissy?
I appear to be, yes.
Excellent. Well, you went at the same time as Kane, so Kane takes a couple of steps forward, like on the unstable ground, throws a javelin. Because she's run away, hits her in the ass, basically.
The famous ass javelin.
Yeah.
So it's spirit combat.
Yes, you can move half your movement and cast if you want. So you can move 6, but that your mobility's only got 4 rounds left to go. So you succeed. So make me a straight D100 roll. What's your power?
16.
Right. Okay. Roll a D100. 20. Okay. You cast disruption. Unfortunately, there is a runic shield that surrounds her, sparks just slightly, and you feel your spell dissipate against it. Blundell.
I will try disruption.
Right, that succeeds. So you've cast the spell, and how many magic points are you spending?
4.
There's a small flash as you feel the magic penetrate the shield. Roll power versus power. You've successfully overcome her power, and she feels the sting of disruption as her flesh literally begins to tear itself apart. Roll a d6 and you do half that in damage. On the abdomen again, so you disrupt that in the arse. So she takes another 2 points of damage to the arse. What's that about, lads? I'm sensing a pattern here.
It came from behind.
Target a Ross, maximum firepower.
I'll target the woman's arse, maximum power. This time she does shout "ow," although it is hard to hear over the grinding noise. Next up, Rualan. Earl has roughly handed you Bobbin to you. He's about the same size as you, so you've kind of got him with both his.
Second dag.
Oh, sorry, second dag's only little, so you can hand him to you, Andy. You can hold him in your shield arm because you only use a small shield, but you won't be able to use your shield effectively.
Right. Well, I'll take second dag and I shall draw my sword with your hand, but basically stay where I am.
Right. Okay.
And stroke the dog.
Okay. Well, there's no need for that. Finally, okay, Earl, you finally pulled your bow free and you knock an arrow and loose at a -10 penalty to hit for the uneven ground. Right. You feel to hit her in the arse, which is good for her, but that does not penetrate. So it sort of goes through. There's a little flash of spark and the arrow falls to the ground. Next round. Frodan, again, you can fire two this time if you want, remember.
Yeah, I will. I will shoot.
You'll shoot once now and then once at the end of the
End of the
initiative order.
I believe that's an impale.
In the arse.
She started it.
It penetrates the shield. It penetrates the armor. It doesn't cause a bigger wound as you would hope. However, because it's an impaling wound, the arrow sticks in the crack, as it were. And I think she does. She falls over. Yeah, she falls over. Her leg's no longer working. She sort of goes dong, dong, and falls down and rolls down a bit of concrete. Nice shot, sir.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Is she closer to the teeth than us, or what?
Yes, the teeth are much further down. You'll see on the big map later on. But she
Right.
falls over and screams. It's her turn. All she can try and do is attempt to pull the arrow out because she can't.
Oh, go on, mess it up, please.
She can't actually heal it until she gets it out, and her legs have stopped working. So I'll give her a strength roll. And then if she makes it, she's going to make a con roll or pass out from the pain as she's got an arrow stuck out of her arse. Failure, right, so she opens her mouth in a howl as she grabs hold of the arrow and yanks hard on it, but it, unfortunately, unable to dislodge it because it's, you know, right up there, as the Mick and Morty would say. Right, so that's her turn. She can't heal the wound. She can't do anything until she gets the arrow out. One of the buildings that you're standing next to smashes into one of yours. 6. I will roll a d8 to determine it. The characters are 1 to 6 and the 2 NPCs are 7 and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ryan, you're caught by surprise as a torn off side of a building comes out of nowhere, clocks you in the side, and does a d12 damage. 2 damage, right? So it's only a minor graze. It's not even going to really hurt you. It doesn't even get through your magic skin. But it does push it to one side. You'll have to make a dex ×5 roll or drop Bobbin. Mclovin, you're up, sir.
Right. Can I move? I've still got mobility on. Can we move 12?
You can move 12, but you can't attack. You can move 6 in attack, except for Andy because he's only got wee legs. Andy can only move 2 in attack.
Yeah, I will move 6,
Right.
taking up shield in front of us in a defensive position. And
right, you moved your full movement, so give me a dex ×5 roll as you dance nimbly across all of these shifting boulders and broken up bricks and pieces of wall and what have you.
Okay.
As you run across, a piece of the landscape shifts underneath you, your leg slips in, you take 2 points of damage. Again, it's not a major wound, but it sort of halts you there because you get your foot stuck for a second or so.
Okay.
And Kane, you're up again, sir.
I take a mine. Is she on the floor now? After
She's on the floor. She's attempting to pull the arrow out of her abdomen rear, shall we say, because she can't heal it until she does that.
right. But I would get minus to hit her if she's sitting down, as well as furthermore because it's rumbly.
Yes.
Essentially. Oh, okay. Well, let's draw broadsword and move is the plan. How far can I move? 6.
Yes, you've got mobility on at the moment, so you can move 6 and attack, or a full 12, but you'll need to make a dex roll because of the shift in rubble and parts of buildings.
What is it? Dex times.
Dex 5, just a standard Dex 5 one.
Okay. Well, I'll move 12 then.
Right, you run ahead. Go on.
Yeah. I was just counting out as to where I wanted to be. And then you want a Dex 5
I
for
do,
me
yes.
not doing something stupid.
Yes.
I think that was it.
Oh,
Nice.
look at that. Kane in his like heavy armour just sort of dances on his tippy toes across the shifting rubble, sort of looks down at Mclovin, who's sort of like grabbing himself by the knee and pulling his leg out. It's like, that's the way you do it, son. Right,
That's me.
Blundell.
I shall run 12.
It's all fun and games running until somebody fumbles. Go on, roll your dex ×5 and move 12.
Whoops.
Lose your footing and slip in between two buildings. In between two buildings, like you disappear downwards, and it's quite bad, I believe. Unfortunately, it's only a d12. It's nothing. It's not the good one. 2 points of damage. Bah. Right, you take 2 points of damage to the chest. I assume you'll have some armour on. If you haven't, you're not playing Runequest.
Yeah. 5 armor.
Right,
So
so
I don't take.
you have slipped down between two buildings, though, and you're like a good 2 meters underneath the level of everybody else. So you're going to have to climb back out this turn, your next turn. But you aren't seriously hurt. Right, Mr. Quictavish, you see Blondel go, oh bugger, and disappear down between the cracks in two buildings. Mclovin's like pulling his ankle free out of a hole he slipped in. The whole place is shifting. What would you like to do?
I'm going to stay where I am and grab hold of the dog. I don't have any ranged weapons.
Yeah,
And it's going to take me a fortnight to get there.
I think you have a sling, but I could be wrong. Also, you could be just saying that so that you don't have to run about, in which case I'm sorry for grassing you up.
No, hang on. I shall go and check. I didn't know I had a sling if I've got a sling.
Because I think you were light infantry, and I think sling was your...
We're a bit. I shall go and look, because if I have a sling, I'll do some slinging.
You'll sling your veritable hook.
Oh, bugger me, I do.
You are at minus 10% on it, though, because of
Right.
the shifting ground. Oh, abdomen again! Right, but she... Wow, but she's
The
like...
other chin. The other cheek.
She's lying on her front because she's got her hand behind her back trying to pull this arrow out unsuccessfully. So Andy hits her in the arse again for 8 damage. As you can see by her hit point, she's not looking too well at all. And she shouts, ow, and then gives you all a filthy look as if to say, what, really? Come on. Earl, you're up for a second shot if you want to take it.
Shoot her again.
You'll be at minus 20 though because she's now lying face down. And you miss
Miss a lot.
anyway. Okay. End of round.
I'm sorry, I had completely forgotten I had a missile weapon there. I think that's the first time I've ever used it.
So basically you've stored your shield or dropped it. You've got the dog in one arm, which you you've got the dog, your arm wrapped around one dog, you take the sling stone out, loading it into your sling with your free arm and then spinning it round and firing at it. Which
Use his mouth.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Crawdan and the lady.
Shoot her again.
She's going to desperately try and pull this arrow out.
Oh dear.
Oops.
Oops, it's a fumble. We hate fumbles. With a scream, she wrenches the arrow free from her cheeks. It's not...
That's gotta hurt.
It does hurt, but it does mean she can actually start healing now, which she does attempt to cast. She succeeds. Right, she's now back to positive hit points. Only just. Right, Crawdan, your fumble. Let's have a roll on the fumble table. Lose next parry. Right, well, that's not bloody good because it's a missile weapon. Attack. Hit nearest friend. Hit self if no friend near. Oh dear, who's closest to you?
The dog. The dog.
Right, so you slip and you shoot Andy in the back for maximum possible damage.
I'd re-roll that.
Oh, sorry, that was one thing I wanted to know. I did say it at the beginning of the campaign, but Earl's just realised. You get your free reroll every game session. You can also spend your personal magic points to buy another reroll as many times as you like, but it costs you 5. So basically, you're using your look up of the universe to get a reroll.
I will re-roll my hit roll. 5, it's a crit.
Right, so that changes from shooting Andy. So basically, Andy, this arrow whistles right past your lug wall, and you have the impression that it was either the best shot or the worst shot in the world as it just whistles past you. Crit's doing 13 damage. She passes out, is possibly dead as the arrow embeds itself in her left leg.
I'll turn around and look at Andy and go, stick around, bitch.
Stick around. You're not sure how many hit points she has, but according to this, that's what a health bar looks like. Right, so she's just getting the arrow out and she's like, yes, casts healing to herself, and then Earl just lashes out with an arrow. Right, Mclovin, you're up next. She's collapsed to the ground.
Good, I like a fish.
Yep, none of this heroic taking a prisoner shite. I fully intend to take a head from the body.
Right, you've managed to pull your ankle free. You can move 6 hexes.
I've moved 5 and I'm in combat range.
You basically are going to hit unless you roll 96 to auto. So make your axe attack or whatever it is you use. Mclovin, you run over our unconscious bodies there. In one hand she holds an arrow that she's just pulled out of her arse. The runic shield is still sparking, however.
I'll just smack the crap out of her.
Right. So you lash the crap out of her with your axe. Roll your damage. 6 damage to the left leg. Right, so you start swinging at her, but it doesn't penetrate. It goes through the Spartan shield, but not through the armour. You slash away at her. Kane, it's up to you. Show me what's done.
I'll join up and slash at her, I guess.
Okay, we're not going to go on for this, like, everybody hacking away at her. So eventually you all finish her off. You stab through the Spartan shield and cut her throat or stab her through the heart, whatever it is you want to do.
Sounds fair. That sounds like something it would do.
Searching for treasure.
Seems like a sensible thing to do while you're on a more.
I mean, what we will do is I'll pass Baldwin to Mclovin and I'll try and carry. That seems way more sensible.
You'll try and what?
Right?
Carry
I'll
her.
try and carry it. Yeah.
Would she just have a bag or
She doesn't have a bag of anything. She's just got like one of those ceremonial but very deadly garrots, a dagger and armour. She was out for killing, not for treasure hunting.
right? How fast? Not off her.
How fast or what, sorry?
Dagger in the garrote will take, but the armor, does it look particularly good? Is it inscribed with runes?
No, it's just heavy leather with padding underneath. It seems she had quite a good shield up, and that's what was protecting her rather than the actual.
Cool. Well, we'll get those and then we'll leave. Sounds good. Let's not die to quaking madness down here.
Right. So as you look, gigantic moor thing, you notice a very narrow ledge on the left-hand wall with a arch leading away from it. It looks like you could make that, or you could steer on and see what happens on the other side of the big teeth things.
Oh, I don't think we want to be around for that.
Well, we'll make for the this door.
Yeah, let's get everybody together though.
Right, so for each character to jump across and jump onto the ledge, we need a jump roll, please.
Here we go, guys.
Here we go. This is where all those points into combat mean naught.
Hey, mate, I've got actually good jump skill, but this is where I fail it. So.
I've got one skill and I just failed. 5 magic
Are
points.
you
please.
kidding me?
Yeah.
With 61 jump, how dare you rebel against me?
Right, Mclovin, you skip across the shifting landscape and manage to land on the narrow ledge, as does Quack Tavish. You make it okay. Everybody else seems to be having a little bit of a problem, isn't that true?
I will spend 5. Yay!
Croydon looks a bit wobbly, but then the Lady of Fortune smiles upon him and he jumps free. And what about you? You two? Are you going to reroll or are you going to take the consequences?
I'll re-roll and
I'll reroll.
You don't have to.
And when you say consequences, I'm rerolling.
Right, so dump your cards out onto the... let's get rid of them early for like the session. And then I just go take card. Ba, ba, ba.
Can you not enjoy that so much, please?
I've DM'd Runequest for almost 2 years now, and I've like not been able to succeed by actually hurting you or doing anything to you. In fact, right? So you all, as if by magic, it's almost as if this one was prepared earlier. Now I hope the fog of war is on. Otherwise, I'm going to look pretty stupid.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Can everybody see an extremely narrow ledge?
Yeah.
Some teeth at the bottom there. Right, so it's just wide enough to balance on. Maybe sit down, but obviously you'd be sitting with your back to it. It's only 1 metre wide. You'd be sitting with your back to the wall. Yeah, you managed to make it across. You've got an unconscious Bobbin and an unconscious Dag with you.
Do I know exactly how many hit points Baldwin's on, or like how?
He's been drugged rather than.
Oh, just being drugged rather than. Okay, gotcha. Is there any way I could use medicine to help him?
Yeah. Like basically try and first aid him, make him be sick or whatever. Feed him some water. As the slow grind of all of the buildings and rubble heads past you underneath this thing, you've got a little while.
Right, I'll try and first aid him then.
Go ahead. You succeed. So you basically stick your fingers down his throat, make him vomit up the contents of his stomach, and then you give him some water or weak wine, whichever it is. And after a few minutes, he groggily comes round.
Would that work on Dag?
Yeah. If you can make a first aid roll, I'm quite happy for that to work on Dag. Oh, look at that, man. Oh, it's all the rolls tonight, eh?
Yeah, there we'll go.
Right, so say about 10 minutes of sitting precariously on the end of this ledge, you managed to bring round Dag and Bobbin. Mclovin, ahead of you, you see a passageway leading into the darkness. Because nobody has any kind of night vision. Like I said, there's a little bit of bioluminescence in here, all round and above you, as if the inside of the walls are coated with something.
Just lantern out of my crystal.
Okay, you spend 10 minutes pulling yourself together, going, holy shit, the body of the woman, the body of Thalia, the last of the dancing killers, is ground into paste in amongst the shifting rock. But
Oh dear, what a pity, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, so there's literally no coming back from that one. Earl, you're casting lantern, yeah?
Could we scrape some of this stuff off the wall and put smear it on something that
It's not that bright. It's just because the inside of the cavern is so vast and it's all over the cavern that it's giving you just dim light enough to see. So it's not bright enough if you scrape a little bit off. You know what I mean? I'm sure you've got torches and lanterns, and some people have light spells and whatever.
I'll just whip out a torch then.
So you can just see a little bit inside.
Right.
The walls because you're sitting on the edge. The walls are actually seem to be stone, rather just worked stone rather than cave, as the main chamber was.
Right.
If you move aside so that somebody can shine a light, you can see further down the corridor.
Yeah, I'll move across one, kind of like taking up position behind my shield.
So as Earl steps forward and shines his lantern down the corridor, you see a 6 meter long, apparently worked stone corridor with a pair of doors at the end.
That in itself is somewhat unusual.
One stands very slightly ajar.
Does it look like these doors have been like that for a long time? Or
I don't know, make a scan roll. So Earl's moved one forward, yeah? So Earl shuffles forward.
Success.
There's no dust lying about. The floors, bizarrely as well, also look clean. There's no dust or detritus on the floors either. Can you make me a scan roll, but you'd need a special success. It's only a success. Right, Earl, you think you see something the other side of the teeth moving maybe, but because of the range and the gloom, you're not sure exactly what it is.
it'll be bloody tough.
So what do you want to do, chaps? Because these two are now stood here. They've passed word up the things here. It's a bloody door up here.
Well, I think we need to get out of this cavern, so the only way seems to be to these.
Yeah, I tend to agree.
Okay,
Or
that's
at the very least, if we can get into that corridor, we've got a bit more room.
Yeah.
And we can take stock once we get off this ledge.
Yeah. It sounds like a good idea.
Right, there's Bobbin and Dag. So who's got Bobbin and Dag, and where are they?
Well, I think
Bobbin,
Oh, he's awake now? I thought we got him.
No, you basically made them both vomit and then like forced them to drink loads of water so that they vomited a bit more, and they're groggy but they're awake because you've made first aid rolls.
in which case, can I pass Dag back to Crodan then?
yeah, so again in this corridor?
How far down the
Right.
do you just want to move into the corridor? How far? 3 meters? 4 meters?
Is it worth checking for traps or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, we should send you first.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll follow them. I'll follow you up. Don't worry.
So if you're impaled, or is there any large boulders come out from above the door? So that's it. You move 1 meter cautiously forward. Is that it?
Yep.
Let's take it easy.
Nice
Okay.
and easy. No rush, you know?
Now I'm going to search for traps.
Yeah,
Search or scan
Search.
or conceal.
Search. The name is in the.
Success.
No, it appears to be a perfectly normal, if like weird, worked stone corridor. It's
Okay.
like.
Do you guys want me to take up the lead?
Yeah,
with Mclovin trying for traps.
yeah,
And then
I'll keep an eye on the rear.
I'll push up then.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep going, I suppose.
Right.
See, when you say like how far you go up a corridor, I expect that with one square, it's like you've activated my trap card. You know.
I know. Have you not realised now, Ryan, that I deliberately word some things just to fuck with you?
I know. You do it all the time.
Right, so as these two move into the corridor, who's moving forward? Is everybody piling into the corridor behind them? They haven't died to this point. So
Yeah.
there is at least 6 square meters of space there.
I'll have Bobbin all the way at the back. So basically, I'll put him like here.
Right, so Croydon is going to have to move forward. Are you carrying Dog, or is he just running between your feet, Earl?
Running between my feet.
Right, okay,
because
we'll move him out of the way because he can do that, whereas Bobbin's kind of getting big now.
It's getting big. Big old boy.
He's a baboon that grow faster than humans.
Yeah.
He's grown like, he's sort of like a teenager now. He's like 13, you know, when you have them growth spurts. Right, so you move into the corridor. Mclovin is slowly walking forward, inspecting all of the floor and the walls and the ceiling. You haven't found any traps up to the double stone doors, which were only open a fraction.
Move up to the door then.
Gear in.
And I'm going to have a listen first.
Ooh, yeah.
See if I can hear anything through, and then I'll have a scan through the gap. If that's possible.
It is possible, but it is dark in there. You'd have to shine a light in.
Well, I'll have a listen first. Special.
You don't actually hear anything coming from the other side of the door.
Right, I'll motion Earl up with his torch.
I've got one as well, so I'll just,
okay.
I'll
Just
just
put it where
eat
the
it
gap
in.
is. No, I'll have a look.
a lantern forward.
Right, you shine it in, and it's only a narrow crack, so you can basically see that there's a stone floor, and from the angle you're at, maybe it looks like there's a column in the middle of the north wall.
Okay.
Could I throw it in?
Yeah,
If I reach my arm in,
you
I
just
can
got to
throw it in.
pull the door open.
Yeah, pull it open,
Right.
but I want to see further than in a dark room. Kind of thing.
So you pull the door open, you shine your various lights inside. You see this. You see a room with 6 huge black pillars supporting the ceiling. Where the faded and peeling remains of a once beautiful mural can be seen. It looks like it may have been some kind of map. At the far end of the room is a heavy stone door to the south, and against the wall is an enormous winged statue of a gargoyle.
Yeah. How big's the doors that are open, and how big's the gargoyle?
The gargoyle can fit through the doors.
Ah, look at that.
It's not moving.
Is it on a plinth?
Yes.
Ah, it's on a plinth.
It
Would you say?
Ryan.
It looks like exactly like a statue.
Oh, would you look at that? It's on a plinth. I'm going to detect traps. Is it trapped either physically or magically?
Right, you cast detect traps. Please make sure you deduct the magic point.
Yeah.
I don't think this will be classed as a trap. No. Just as an aside, you had detect enemies up as you fell in, but it literally blinded you because everything is red and enemy. The floor, the walls, the ceiling. It's like the whole thing is just shade red. So if you cast it, it will fuck you up. Because it's like, is there any enemies? Yes! Is basically the answer.
Oh dear. Is it? You said it was a stone floor, didn't you?
It is, yes.
Can I have a scan roll? Is there any marks in front of the plinth where it looks like maybe this gargoyle might have animated and stepped off with its big massive claws?
Absolutely. You have, however, fought gargoyles before, and they look exactly like stone until they move. So you can't tell if it's a real gargoyle or a fake gargoyle until you either hit it or it hits you.
Right.
If you remember, you fought 2 on the top of the tower.
Yeah.
And literally, when you killed them, they turned to stone as well. So they're Mostal's creatures.
Yeah,
They're literally.
This looks a lot bigger.
Stony.
Well, only one thing to find out. Let's go into the room and have a look.
Can you see door in the south wall as well?
Yeah, we can.
doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad one. We go into the room and head to this side, and I'm going to look at the mural map.
The mural seems to be a map of Glorantha, but it must have been from millennia ago, because a lot of the landmarks that you know from those weird map things, you haven't seen many, but the landmarks are different. The continents seem to be different shapes. Can you all please make a scan roll?
Yeah.
And so it
How do I
begins.
get rid of my...
Can you all
deck?
please make a scan roll to see the vat of acid that is hanging above the room?
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready for it, you know, the worst way possible.
We have a success. Right, there's a silverish glint in the gargoyle's hand that is partially concealed under its wing. You do also notice that the stone doors in the south are closed, but there's a large ornate keyhole in the door.
Does it look like maybe that silvery thing goes into that door?
Yeah,
To open?
strange that, huh?
It's almost like we need to now kill a gargoyle in a small room to get through that door. It seems like what's happening here, guys.
That seems so easy.
Yeah, so, is everyone ready to spark off of this gargoyle fight? Because it's about to go down. Bob is going to back up. You can sling from there.
Should we prepare our spirit magic stuff?
I mean,
Not be an actual gargoyle.
okay, I want to walk up to it and grab the thing out of its hand.
Right, shockingly, you grab it out of its hand, and as it does, it animates, and a great stony claw
There you go.
sweeps out to attack you.
There we go. We found out what it is.
And I promise that is exactly all that happens in this room.
Uh-huh.
Well, not the shiny thing. You know the door that this looks like it goes in? Is it smaller than the door we came in?
No, they're about the same size. They're about the doors are a metre wide each, and there's a pair of double doors.
Played a lot of Dark Souls and such, you know. Just curious.
Awesome. I believe you all go first before the gargoyle. Yeah, you all go first because the gargoyle is crap. First up is Crodan.
I will cast speed.
You go ahead. So you cast speed dart and you fire an arrow, Crodan, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, okay. You cast speed dart, you fire an arrow. Right, 11 damage on the right leg. That actually it chips some stone out.
Quite proud of that one.
Right, you take a large chunk out of its right leg. Next up, Blundell of Svenstown.
I'll cast 2 points of blade sharp on my sword and move forward.
Roll your spell. That's it. You succeed. Your sword gleams and twinkles in the darkness, and then you step forward. But obviously, you can't attack this round because you were casting spells. Okay.
All right.
So you step forward to engage. Kane, you're up, sir.
Yeah, we'll just hit it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, go for it.
We'll do a bit of testing. We'll just.
I've got every confidence that you can beat a gargoyle. Go on.
That's like the same leg as well.
Yeah, it is. It hits, and you actually chop its leg clean through. It hasn't severed it, but it goes in deep. It causes a lot of damage. If it had vocal cords, it would howl with pain. Right, so that would bring it down to initiative order 20. Earl.
I'll shoot it again, but this time normal arrow is.
Is that right?
No,
Should it?
Mine's at the end of the turn.
Oh, it's not. I think something's happening to you more so than
Mclovin and Crodan. You are suddenly engulfed. You feel spirits from the other world invade your mind. Mclovin and Crodan, who was standing there, so can we please go into spirit combat? Mclovin and Crodan's eyes roll back into their heads. You see swirling vapours surrounding their bodies, pouring in through every orifice.
that sounds really good.
Yeah.
Oh no, you say, where did these come from? We were completely not expecting this. Crodan, it succeeds. Ooh, special. So you actually do you should have spirit damage there.
1d6 plus 3.
Yeah, so you have won the spirit combat, so you actually cause it damage. 9. Wow. Okay, so even though it's the first time you've engaged your spirit in combat, you fight back with your mind, if not your body, and you
Animal spirit.
you hear it screaming in frustration and agony. Mclovin, can you please make a spirit combat roll? It fails. Right, you lose 6 magic points. This is from your personal magic, as you feel it tearing and clawing at your immortal soul. And okay, next up is Mclovin. Mclovin is currently engaged in spirit combat, so you can attack it if you like, but it gets to defend.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Roll your spirit combat skill. So 2 failures. So basically, backwards and forwards, you can see Mclovin's eyes have rolled back in his head, and there's wisps of smoke gone up his nose and pouring in his ears. He's gone rigid, and that's all that he can do for this turn. Rual and Mr. Quactavish. You've noticed Crodan and Mclovin go bizarre. You don't know why or where they've come from, but those are the 2 that got attacked.
Right. Well, I'm going to move 1. And you Ling.
Again, something that you wouldn't really know because you haven't played Runequest a lot. Once a spirit engages in spirit combat, it becomes semi-substantial. So that's what the wispiness is. Whereas until it engages in combat, a spirit can't be seen except by somebody with second sight or a shaman.
Well, yes.
Right, you whip the sling around your head like David and Goliath, and it pings off the wall at the back.
And then wrap it round me bike.
Yes, next up we have the Gargoyle, who is attacking Kian. It claws. It misses. It claws. It crits in the right leg for 17 damage.
Can I parry that?
You can parry, but anything that gets past your parry will go, like, ignore your armor.
Through armor,
Yeah, and your shield's going to lose a point of armor because that's over 16.
Yeah.
Go on, then.
Yeah. Just. Oh, thank God, it succeeded.
Right, you succeed, so you still you lose a point.
I still take damage. But...
You take a point of damage, and you lose a point of armor points off your shield.
Yeah.
This is why repair is such a good spell. Right, so the claws slash through. You barely get your shield up in time, and it goes through a chink in your armor and takes a chunk out your leg. You're like, you son of a bitch.
Does that go through the magical armor, like the
everything?
Skin? Okay.
Criticals ignore
curious.
everything, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was just making sure.
Leg.
Which leg was that again? Left leg.
Left leg. First blood to the Gargoyle. End of round. New round. Crodan, you're engaged in spirit combat. You can't break off. You can attack it in spirit combat.
Yes, I will attack it in spirit combat. My spirit combat says 49, but my power has gone up since then.
Your spirit combat's a skill. It's different now.
All right.
Yeah.
You literally roll it like as if it was a weapon. So you're literally using the power of your mind to make a mind sword and stab it. Form a mental image of a weapon and plunge it into the ghost elf.
Unsuccessfully.
Instead of choosing a spoon, I'm going to use something more effective this time.
It fails as well. These are
a spoon as well.
They seem pretty weak spirits. Blondel. Like I said, you probably actually move forward, so you probably hadn't noticed Mclovin and Crodan being locked in spirit combat.
I'll move forward and I can attack.
You can.
So I've got 2 points of
roll it, and then we'll add 2 points of damage if you hit. Success for 10 damage, so 12 damage to the abdomen. 12, less its stony skin. Its legs stop working, but it's not totally dead. It's barely hanging on. Chunks of it have broken away. It has fallen over, yes, because you've knackered its abdomen. Right, Kane, you're up, sir.
Yeah, I guess I'll just swing at it again.
Stab it in the ass, Kane. Stab it in the ass.
I'll attempt to stab it in the ass. Well, I stabbed it in the ass, just not enough damage, I think, in the ass.
No, that's terrible. That just bounces off its natural stony skin. So we're into 20. Oh shit. Oh shit. What's happening? What's happening, Blondel? What's happening, Blondel? Oh shit. Oh shit, Kane. Where are these possibly coming from? Materializing behind you, you're unaware as spirits enter from the spirit plane. First up, Croydon, attacking you. You can defend. It's a failure, so if you succeed, you can actually do damage back. Successfully, spirit combat damage. It screams and dissipates, but because you've defeated it, oof! Oh, the ghost has spirit binding. 1 point. You tear it from its mind. It screams as you dissipate it.
Where do I put that?
It's a spirit magic spell. You literally tear it from its mind.
Don't do spirit magic, just slap spellbinding.
Its ectoplasm disappears into the ether, and then you're like, whoa.
I need to learn how to bind spirits because this is going to be fun.
Right, so you come out of your shock, knowing a spell, and you see Mclovin engulfed in wisps of spectral energy, and Blondel and Kane are now been engulfed in spectral energy. Right, next up is Mclovin. The ghost attacks you. Get it, you bastard, it says, and fails. Can you pick your spirit combat roll, please? And you also fail. So you accomplish exactly nothing. So that's good. Dave, you are engulfed in spiritual energy, and a spirit attacks you. And fails. Right, you're unable to do anything because you're in spirit combat now.
So,
other than defend, like fight it in spirit combat.
Okay.
Right, you succeed. Roll your d6 damage. Or whatever it is. 7. Ow! Hey, what's happened to you guys? You've got no idea what you're doing, and you're just kicking ass on these spirits.
Hence, they did start it.
They did start it. Kian, you are engulfed by a spirit and attacked in spirit combat. It's a failure.
It's another failure.
Right, nothing happens. Unfortunately, you can't now defend yourself against the gargoyle. The gargoyle rubs its stony hands together, making a great noise. Lovin, you're up next. All the spirits have attacked. You can fight the spirit in combat.
Yep, I'll do that.
Stealing your will. You succeed, and the ghost succeeds. So that's the same. So you cause d6 damage to each other. Well, you cause your damage. The ghost does a d6. 3 magic points. And it takes 3 magic points.
Christ, I'm at 5 magic points, yeah.
Yeah, guess what happens at 0? Bad things.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to cast spirit magic spells. I was kind of feeling something real nasty's happening. So I was like, oh, Gargoyle is definitely there to make us think this is the worst thing.
It's like,
but it's in fact not.
It's literally the worst thing in this room, right? It takes 3 magic points. You hurt each other. Yeah, if you drop the 0 magic points, then you can pass out. Well, the minimum, the worst thing that happens is you pass out. The spirit may inhabit your body if it is so inclined to do so, in which case you need somebody to get the spirit out. So finally for this round, unless you want Bobbin and Dag to do anything.
I did want Bobbin to do something last round, but like I forgot to put him in initiative order and just thought, well,
right,
I'll not get him to him.
I'll stick him in initiative order.
Okay, thank you. I'll do something at the end.
Got a sling, hasn't he?
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to kill the
Bobbin
gargoyle.
hasn't got any of his gear. Remember, he was kidnapped.
Oh, he doesn't. Good point.
Bobbin,
He'll disrupt the gargoyle.
Bobbin's naked. Quick Tavish, you're the last person to attack this round before the gargoyle attacks the 2 helpless people who can't defend right in front of him. Oh dear, how sad.
That's
never mind.
He'll miss. That's alright.
Right,
He's
well,
got a bonus to hit you because you're unmoving and being attacked by spirits, remember?
That's a lie.
Well, from here, it'll have to be sling at gargoyle.
You do know that gargoyles are incredibly tough skinned, so you seem to be having problems penetrating. Not that you can't, I'm just saying you can have a shot if you want.
I'll have a shot with a sling since I'm here.
Ah! God! You actually kill it by hitting it in the head, David and Goliath style, right between the eyes.
Sorry,
Right, there's a crack as part of its eyebrow breaks off, and it falls dead, stone-like to the floor.
What was that you were saying, Richie?
Andy just tells
Got
you,
to come up and
just tells you shut the fuck up, basically.
yeah.
What are you, Noel?
I'll look at Andy Quacktavish and nod approvingly.
New round. Crodan. Right, you shake off the effect of the spirit. You see both Kane and Blondel now engulfed in spirits, semi-substantial spirits, and Mclovin is looking in a bad way. He's pale and shivering, and his sweat has broken out on his brow.
Can I enter spirit combat?
No, only shamans can enter spirit combat.
Can I find it?
You have to defeat it in spirit combat, and then when it's down to 0, you can bind it if you have an appropriate thing like a crystal or a crystal or an animal that you can put it in.
Oh no!
This is the bad thing about the spirits is they can attack you, right? But you can't initiate combat unless you're a shaman or an assistant shaman.
Is there anything I can do?
I tell you what, I'll give you an int ×5 roll because I've been subtly hidden.
They become thingy when they're attacking. You said, didn't he?
Yeah, give us an int ×5 roll, El. You've succeeded. Right, you can attack spirits that are in spirit combat, but only the magic portion of the damage will affect them. And if you fuck up, remember, you can hit the person that you are trying to defend them from. So a speed dart will do 3 points of damage. A blade shot 1 will do 1 point of damage. A fire blade, for instance, will do full damage. Because fire blade, you know, it's like the be all and end all. But that was only you, because you hadn't. Obviously, you don't know. We've never done spirit combat before. So what
wouldn't disruption work on them? Though?
Yeah, absolutely.
On Bracy.
You disrupt on Bracy, that's excellent. Bracy's head explodes like a scanner.
You must have read me mind. I was just going to ask you about would Fireblade work once we've got rid of this gargoyle?
Yeah, but only the magic damage. So, for instance, if you were a big Hulk and Troll Andy and you had 2d6 damage bonus, that wouldn't take effect. It would only be the magic part of the damage, and it has to be engaged in spirit combat. Therefore, you have a chance of stabbing Bracy. So it's win-win as far as the DM's concerned. I will carefully stab Bracy's spirit in the head. Bracy's eyes sort of going, no. Right, sorry, Earl, go ahead. What do you want to do? We lost the plot a bit there.
I am going to disrupt the one on Bracy.
Okay.
I successfully cast.
You cast. What's your power? Because you need to overcome its power. You're cutting out. You're tuning too early. What was that? 16. Right, go ahead, roll. 47, that's a success, yeah. They're not very powerful spirits.
Did it automatically do that? No, that
was your cast and roll.
Casting. So what do I do? Just roll D100.
D100, yeah, power ×5, like power v power. 74, 16 is fails to overcome its power. It just fails to overcome its power, Earl. So you did the magic point because it successfully cast. And you thought you had it, but no, it manages to fight you off. Right, next up, Blondel. Spirit combat, Dave? Care for a bit of spirit combat? A bit of diving, dodging and waving? Forging your brain thoughts into sharp, pointy weapons to stab it with? Right, you do your spirit combat damage. Why has Dave got awesome spirit combat? Who told us? Who never told us this? 5. Oh. Right, Dave, you disperse the spirit. You utterly pawn it, and it has no spell. So the spirit dissipates into the ether.
You can disrupt them, and magic weapons will harm them as well.
That mean I can attack the one that's attacking Bracy, or is that for the turn?
It depends how you want to attack it. You can't attack it in spirit combat because you're not a shaman, but you can disrupt it. You can, yes. All right, I'm going to move this gargoyle out of the way because it's lying broken in pieces on the floor. Kian has the key.
The key. I didn't even look at what it was, to be honest. It's just in my shield hand. I just took it. It was like, yep, this is a trap.
Yeah, it's like, that's why I was going, you'll be fine. It's only a gargoyle. There's nothing to it. You've made a successful spirit combat roll. Right, so you lash out with your mind with disruption. And would you care to make me a power v power roll, please? Roll your power. 31, that's a success. You do a d3 damage. Bits of ectoplasm splatter off the ghost. Splat, splat. Kane is up next.
Right, gonna beat this ghost into 2 with my brain.
Go on, you forge the sword death into Wow, so that is
Double roll.
maximum damage plus roll damage, I believe.
Did it just explode?
It gets a success, which is not good enough. So maximum damage plus roll damage.
So it's 4 plus 7, so 11.
Wow, it is just hanging on there. Like, ectoplasm shoots out of every orifice of Kane, spraying out like a garden hose, splattering off the walls.
He got slammed.
Right, it's the NPC's turn. Oh, wow.
Oh, there's another one.
Wow,
Would you look at...
There's 6 of them. Where could all of these ghosts come from?
Hang on, if we look in this room, there's these 6 pillars, okay?
Did I not describe them to you? Oh, no. Like, you mean they were bound into the pillars? Right, Dave, you are engulfed in spirit combat again. And Andy, you are also engulfed in spirit combat.
Such a genius.
Your jaws go slack and basically it goes ooh, like that in your head. And it succeeds because they roll on their power. So I roll their initiative based on their power. So they come out of into the physical plane, surrounding the.
And if you do succeed, on your skills section under magic, you can take spirit combat.
Yeah. No, Andy loses 3 magic points. That can't come out your crystal. That has to come off you. Mclovin hasn't been attacked.
I haven't either. I attacked, but I haven't been attacked.
Okay, we'll do Kane. Failure.
Oof.
So hang on, which one's magic?
No,
Failure.
both failures, so nothing happens.
Which one's magic points on the token? Sorry, Rich, and I'll update that.
The little blue one.
The little blue
Yeah,
one.
so if you click yourself, your 3 things fly out and just put
Yeah.
and then just click the token and put -2 or whatever it is. I just want to know how close I am to crushing you. Crushing you. For the first time ever, I've got yous. Fail. Bracy, have you had a turn yet?
No.
No,
Not
but
this turn.
Bracy could go down this turn, couldn't he? Oh. Failure, god damn it! Go on, Bracy, roll your spirit combat.
This is it, man.
Oh, so a failure. Oh, right. All the ghosts have attacked, I think. Yeah. It's now for Bourbon.
Who's
And
going to
what?
disrupt the one that was on me, because he likes me more.
Have you got his character sheet? You have, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm just going to bring it up now. I was meaning to do that, and then, like, totally forgot that he existed. Sorry, but... okay, so it's power, success, and he does D3 damage?
He does, yeah. Which one's he targeting? You can only see
The one on me.
the one on you. Okay. Right. It explodes in an ectoplasmic explosion that you can't hear, see, or feel. But you don't learn its spell if it had one because it wasn't beaten in spirit combat.
Yeah, that's fine.
Boom! And you're splattered with ectoplasm. Luckily, you can't see it because it literally ghostbusted you. The end of Ghostbusters. Okay, next we have Mclovin. You don't have to attack because if you attack, it'll defend, and if it succeeds and you fail, you'll lose magic points. So you can attack if you want to on your turn.
Hell yeah.
You have to attack if it attacks you. Right, go on, roll it then. Ah, suckiest ghost ever. Right, you're sort of engaged in the verbal jabs are going backwards and forwards. You, Mr. McTavish, Mr. Quacktavish, you don't have to attack on your turn if you don't want to, or you can attack, but you risk obviously taking spiritual damage.
I'll wait and see what it does.
Right, okay, so you skip your turn. End of round. Croden, you're up, sir. You see now
Disrupt.
that most people are engaged in spirit combat now. Disrupt which one?
The one on Bracy, since he was suffering the worst.
Bracy's down to 5 magic points, aren't you?
Mhm.
Right, go on then, Elk. Make your spirit combat roll and then your
You're not
power
supposed to
power.
laugh like that. You're supposed to be nice to your players.
I want you to win. I just want you to take the beating because you always just like run up stuff, go right, we stab it and it dies. And I'm like, God damn it.
Hey,
Go on,
can't knock it if it works.
yeah, deny that though. That's what happens. We walk up, we stab it,
is
it
what
dies.
Do another power V. I'll do another D100 roll on me power just for the power V power.
That is
Right?
correct.
'Cause
Success. That is a success, yes. Because remember, it's not a straight power roll. You've got to overcome their power. You do D3 damage.
pick dice up off the bottom of the thing and throw them. I'll have to roll a D6.
You're used to fantasy grounds now, aren't you? So that's 2 damage. Right, Bracy, bits of ectoplasm splatter up your face as the spirit is weakened from Earl going, disrupt, disrupt, disrupt. If only you had shatter, right, Earl?
I'm not allowed that spell.
You're not allowed shatter.
I could have learned that in the campaign we were
You
playing.
got a chance, didn't you?
What basically shatter is disrupt machine gun. It's 4 disrupts fired at the same target and same location. So if you hit, if you hit them in the head, it's like it can make people's head explode.
So
Blondel
close to
of
having it.
Svenstown, do you wish to attack or do you wish to just hold and wait?
I'll go for an attack.
That's I like to hear. The spirit goes oogie boogie boogie and gets a special. He fails. The spirit goes lash. You lose 5 magic points. Ooh. Right, Blondel's now he's got his sweat furrows his brow, his skin's turning white, his lips have turned blue. Excellent. Kane, you pull yourself together now. You see Blondel's in a bad way. Mclovin's in a bad way.
Which one would I know how long each one's been in combat?
No.
Did I see out the corner of my eye that Blondel was in combat with something? Because he's right next to us.
Because you were in spirit combat until the end of your turn. So
Okay.
you've basically been pulled back to the material plane, and you've just noticed these.
I'll attempt to disrupt the one that's attacking Mclovin.
Fails to overcome its power, unfortunately. Oh no, sucks. The spirits attack on initiative rank 20. Right, we'll go with Rewalin first. It makes a success. Oh, it's also a success. So you both do damage.
Right.
Right. You take 5. The ghost takes 4. There's an exchange of ectoplasmic fluid, which is as gross as it sounds. And you get ectoplasm all down yourself. Okay, Bracy, the ghost attacks you because that's what ghosts do. They don't mess about. Oh, he's going to your ghost.
I'm going to die.
No, you're not going.
2 and you'll be fine.
You're not going to die. You're just probably going to be possessed. You've got a free reroll. You can make me reroll, or you can reroll.
I'm going to make you reroll on the free roll.
Okay. Crit. God damn it. Right, so it begins to overpower you. Throw your card out. Begins to overpower you. You feel the pressure of it inside your skull, and you're like, it's inside me. But then you manage to fight it off. Throw your card out on the desk. Dave, have you been attacked yet?
Nope.
Oh, well, in that case, it'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? Ooh.
You'll have to.
Okay, Dave, boogie, boogie, boogie. It attacks you and it succeeds.
I succeed.
Okay, both roll damage. 6 magic points. I think Dave's unconscious.
-2, I think.
What's -2?
My power.
Yeah, that's it. You've run out of magic points. You pass out. The spirit, you fall to the ground. The spirit looms over you. Roll your spirit damage up.
I did. I rolled 5.
Oh, right. Yes, it's under your thing. I can't see it. Right. So you do -5 to that. You hurt the spirit, you collapse to the ground. The spirit looms over the top of Blondel. Right, Bourbon.
He will move up to the door. He doesn't know about Mclovin. That happening, right? With
That's right.
not Mclovin, with
Oh no, Blondel has collapsed to the ground. His eyes roll back into his head. He goes a sheet white and collapses to the ground.
Can you still see the spirit thing that was around it?
Yeah, it hasn't entered his body yet. It's hovering over his body. It looks like it's about to forcefully enter him, shall we say?
Well, I'll attempt disruption with Bourbon.
Okay.
The little Bourbon that could.
Go on, Bourbon. You can do it.
No, you can't do it.
No, you can't do it.
You failed me for the last time, Bourbon.
I chop his head off.
Try. Just turn around, just waddle out of it off.
Right, Mclovin, your turn. You don't have to attack. You can withhold your attack, and hopefully people will be able to get them down. Or
Hell no, I'm going to attack.
yeah, that's what I like to hear. Go on, son. I feel.
I fell.
Right, so it's a standoff. You like in the spirit realm, you've grasped each other by the hand, and you're like doing that, like wrestling backwards and forwards. Quacktavish, you can hold or you can spiritually attack.
I'll hold and wait and see what it does.
Right, okay. Okay, end of round. Crodan. This could be a very bad round for Dave.
I will disrupt the one standing above Sark.
Oh, it's not standing. You know that bit in Ghostbusters where he's going to have sex with the ghost and it's like floating over him and unbuttoning his pants. It's figuratively unbuttoning Blondel's pants. So,
and now power.
yes. That is a failure, son. That is a failure. Right.
Sorry, Blondie.
Right, Blondel, the spirit is moving into your body. Do you want to make a spirit combat roll, please? The ghost goes to possess Blondel and fumbles.
Oops.
No, he possessed Blondel's finger. No, possessed his.
No, it's got despair / psychic turmoil, so it attempts to possess Blondel, fumbles so badly that it runs away screaming and heads off towards this corner. Unbelievable. So basically it reached inside your brain and what it saw there, it was like, fuck no, I'm not having none of it. Right. However, Blondel's still unconscious. Kane, you are up.
Is there any way to... Would I know any way to like bring someone around if they've ran out of magic points?
They need to rest for.
Just need a rest. Okay.
You get 24 hours to get your full lot back, so it would be like an hour, 2 hours or something of complete rest, and it would recover a magic point.
Okay. I'm gonna attempt to disrupt the one on Mclovin then.
Okay.
Let's try that again. And fail. Good luck there, Mclovin. Have fun.
I made it.
Okay, spirits attack. Hujah! Fail. It fails. It fails. It fails. It fails. It fails. Go on, Mclovin. You can do it. Yeah!
Oh my god.
Cut its spiritual head off. Roll your magic points damage. 2 damage. Okay.
Eternal combat, here we go.
Right, the spirit just dies of old age. I've been a spirit for 6 millennia, but this combat's gone so long that I've just died of old age. And Andy, the spirit attacks you. And it fails. However, so you can attack and...
I think I might risk an attack.
I mean, can you imagine what's in Blondel's mind that is so horrific that the ghost was just like, nope, not fucking going there. 3 damage. Your spirit seems to be seriously diminished, as does Bracy's. They're both extremely diminished. Right. Bourbon.
Yeah, he'll do the same again. I'll try and disrupt the one on Mclovin.
Okay.
But less people falling over, and then a D100.
Special, nice. Yep, that succeeds for 1 damage. The death of 1,000 psychic paper cuts.
We just keep doing minimum to we'll manage it.
Eventually,
We'll
like I said, it'll die of old age. Right, finally, Mclovin. Croydon, have you had a go this turn?
Yeah,
did.
failed.
Oh, I'll attack it again. Sorry.
I like your style, sir.
Oh.
Oh, fumble against a fail. You've got 50% psychic turmoil, so you're a minus 50% for your combat skill. So that means you've got the base 5%, so it's about to own your fucking ass. Right, so you get a great shock and pressure in your brain. Right, you notice that blood starts running out of Mclovin's nose and out of his ears. You're guessing that's not much of a good sign, to be fair. Mr. Quacktavish again. You just like stand there, proverbially parrying it, like not attacking, just like parry, parry, parry.
Yep, I shall wait and see what it does.
Right, okay. Croydon, they both seem to have dissipated a lot of ectoplasm, but the one facing Mclovin seems to be very, very wispy indeed. As if there's very little left to it.
I'll try and disrupt that one.
Okay. You succeed at
Power
the...
V power.
Yeah.
This is the, yeah.
Oh,
Whoa!
yeah, that's a success. You do a D3 damage. Good old disruption. Oh, it explodes all over Bracy, like, all over your face, neck and chest, Bracy. Gives you such a facial.
I just kill.
You fall to your knees exhausted.
He's not wearing his emergency. I'm not expecting this.
Blondel of Svenstown is unconscious, like very unconscious. He's like now lying in a puddle of his own wee. Kane, you're up, sir.
Hey, let's kill the one on Rue Island now. Time to do it, guys. This is it. We're so close.
Right, the other spirit in the corner, you see it fly into the column.
Yeah, we're just gonna pretend he doesn't exist anymore. I'm sure we'll be fine.
Yeah, you're bound to be. You succeed. You overcome its power, and you do 2 damage. Bits of ectoplasm.
3 damage. Because I rolled.
Oh, you rolled a D3. Right,
Yeah.
a lot of ectoplasm splatters all over your beak, Andy.
Yeah.
The spirit. The spirit is just a few wisps of.
A bit salty, that.
A few wisps now.
Been watching this for ages.
Right.
Put it on.
The last spirit attacks you, Andy, because that's what spirits do. They're like, fail. So Andy's like,
Right.
now he can attack back.
Right, hang on.
He succeeds. Oh, it pushes it. It's so weak now. He does maximum damage, and the spirit explodes with an ethereal pop. And you're like, yeah, bitch, yeah. I just need to see if you get any nice freebies now. No, unfortunately, it has nothing. Oh, that's a shame. Right, so you collapse to your knee. The spirits have dissipated, apart from the one that's dissipated into the column in the far corner of the room. Llewellyn isn't that bad off, but Mclovin's pale and shaken. Blondell's like white with blue lips, and although Mclovin has got blood running from his nose and his ears. What would you like to do now, gentlemen?
Scamper over and see if I can help Mclovin. Is there anything I can do? First aiding or anything like that?
Nothing. You can't first aid the spirit, sadly. It's just a case of he has to recover. Ghosts, the COVID-19 of Glorantha. Okay, what's the plan now? Like I said, Blondell's in a hell of a state, unconscious on the floor.
Well, I'll just try and make Mclovin comfortable.
Oh, Mclovin hasn't passed out. He's just like
I know, but he's all like pasty faced and bleeding out of his nose. So I'll just prop him up in the corner and make him comfortable.
He's just like, fuck you, ghost, fuck you. Anybody else want to do anything?
I will have a. I've got second sight.
Can we do out to help Dave? Sorry, Blondell.
Sadly, no. All you can do is rest. He needs to rest for at least 2 hours, and he'll get a magic point back, and he should come round at that point.
Like roll him over and wrap him in a blanket or something.
I was just gonna attach a coat hanger to the back of his coat and get Bulbin to drag him round as we go through the...
You can certainly do that, but that would not count as rested.
Having a nap, what are you on about? Put him on a bed, like a bedroll.
If me round by my court, I'd find it restful.
Right, was somebody wanting to cast Spirit Sight?
I'm very tempted to cast Spirit Sight. I'm just wondering how wise it'll be. Go on, I'll do it.
You cast Spirit Sight, okay. You see the spirit inside the pillar in the corner. It looks like it's on about half power. But it's swirling round inside it like a goldfish in a tank.
Not manifested, so I can't. Or can I?
You can see it. You could hit it with magic weapons because you can see its power aura, so you know it's there to target it.
Okay, so I'll disrupt it.
So you're just going to pepper it with disruptions.
You've never got a couple of sticks of gelignite when you need them, have you?
You succeed in disrupting it inside the what's it? The only reason I'm making you roll is you've blown it to bits, but how much power is it going to cost?
Yeah.
So 2, right? You see that.
How is it? Because it gives you a sort of gauge of how weak something.
Yeah, it's got roughly about 5 out of 12. So it's really pretty badly dissipating now.
Gonna leave it, but the reason I'm gonna is because I don't think it's going to come out to play, and that was more a sort of and stay there rather than an action.
Well, you know the ghosts, they weren't communicating intelligently. They weren't making any sort of intelligent speech while you were engaging spirit combat with them. They were just like screaming as if they were mad with something, mad with grief, mad with loss. They just screamed at you. They didn't make any kind of contact or anything.
Right, in that case, I'm going to leave it.
You can cast Spirit Sight on somebody else, I believe, if you want somebody else. Like
3 points, so you know.
Yeah, so you can just bombard it with disrupts if you want.
Just tell it to stop in the column, or you'll show Dave's brain again.
It's a better threat than any.
Yeah, it's just like, what the fuck, Dave? What the fuck is in your brain? No, don't tell us. Like, to the fact where the ghost just went, nope, fucking nope. I'd rather be in me column.
Dave was just happened to be thinking of It's a Small World at that time.
Right, so the gargoyle lies shattered in pieces on the floor. There's a ghost in the column that's just slowly rebuilding its magic points. Kane has a key. Physically, these are all fine. So, what would you like to do?
Do you want to rest up in this room till Blondell's at least awake, and then push on through the door?
Say yes, but
yeah,
Blondell is going to be a real temptation for that spirit to just pop out and have a quick possess.
I think it's going to avoid me.
Well, that's
what. And pull back into the corridor if you want, and just have him at the back, and we'll.
Yeah, good idea.
So do you want to do that?
Yeah.
So we'll drag Blondell all the way to the back of the previous corridor, and Bob went and sit over, and we'll take a little. I might start just drawing on things with me chalk. You know, graffiti. Put some Humac graffiti
Seems
down.
absolutely legit. So you wait for an hour in the corridor, yeah?
Yeah.
You set up a little camp and what have you. There's a loud, like the noise of the stones grinding up is quite horrific. So you can make a listen roll, but you'd need to roll really well. Oh, Kane gets a special. No, to hear over the noise of the thing. Kane, you swear that you hear a loud banging on the other door, the one to the south, and something shouted. What languages do you speak?
New Pelorian, Praxian, a little bit, trade, own language.
Yeah, but because of the noise and the distance away, there's only Kane hears it. You can make an int times 2 roll.
Yeah, we'll try. Boop.
Because you have heard it before, so you might recognise it. No, you just heard something shouted. And then an hour later, Blondel wakes up. You've got 1 magic point, Dave.
As soon as that's happened, I will mention to everyone like that someone did actually knock on that door, and there was someone trying to speak on the other side of it.
I'll be back in a few minutes, okay, guys?
Yeah, no bother, mate. Right, so Earl's away, so you can make him go first. That's the rule,
Sounds
isn't it?
Yeah, sounds like a good rule.
Blondel wakes up. He's got one magic point. And there's still a spirit in that column, you know that much for nothing.
There is, yeah, but I kind of hope that it won't bother with us.
If it's mad though, it's probably just going to attack us first chance it gets.
If there's somebody walks past, because spirits can see your power, so if there's somebody walks past with 1 magic point, it's going to be like Bracy going into a McDonald's. It's going to go nom 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 nom.
We can't just engage with it, as you say, yeah.
If Earl casts Spirit Sight on you, you can. It was disrupting it. So you all gain 1 magic point because you've waited an hour resting. All right. If Earl casts Spirit Sight on you, you can see the spirit's power and you can target with disruptions. You can't physically attack it because it's in the column unless you attack the column and I don't know, maybe break through the column to get at it. Quite a conundrum. But Dave, you look like you look like a spiritual all-you-can-eat buffet right now. Come on, brave heroes! You've killed a god. You've like knacked everything that has been laid out before you.
Well, yeah, I love how you say it like that, but you know fine well that spirit is going to snack on Blondel and kill him the moment that he walks in there. But I'm going to go up to that door and try and investigate. Was there a keyhole, you said?
Which one? The door in the south?
Yeah, I'm going to have Torben move up. Everyone wants to stay back here and guard Blondel, and I'll have a look.
There's an arch with 2 thick stone doors inset with a big lock. The lock looks like it fits the key, and if you push the door, it is solidly locked.
Can I see anything through the keyhole, and can I hear anything on the other side?
You can make a listen. As for seeing through, it looks dark on the other side. So unless you shine a light through, it's like everybody now wants to be trolls. Everybody wants to be a troll.
It was so fun playing that in my last campaign. But yeah, I'll open the door. Sure, I'll open it.
You are going to open the door. Wow.
Yeah.
Ballsy, right? The door creaks loudly open. There's a short 2-meter corridor, and then the floor, walls, and everything changes as you see into a room ahead. I'm assuming you've got a torch. If not, you don't see anything.
Yes, I do have a torch. I'll shine it in. Can't see anything after opening the door.
This is gonna blow your fucking mind.
A corridor.
A corridor, and the flooring changes, and you can only say 2, 3, 4, 6. Against the far wall of the room, from what you can see, there are strange brass pipes sticking out of the walls, coming from through the ceiling and through the floor. The floor is strange. The stones are carved in such a way that there's no visible joins, or they almost look like they are carved from one huge slab with strange indentations, as you can see in the bottom. You hear a lot of screaming. As the torchlight plays into the room, a lot of small grey humanoids sort of scream. They appear to be startled. They start like disappearing down by the pipes. Now you look closer, it looks like the pipes are not flush to the floor and the walls. There's little gaps for them, and they start like screaming and crumbling down there, shouting "Ootini!" and like running down and running away from the horrible light. They do look like Trollkin.
Okay. I'm going to move up to here so I can perhaps see further into the room on the left. Well, on my character's right, I guess.
Yeah, you see that the room is small on the left-hand side.
Extends out a bit on the right.
Yeah. On the right-hand side, there's an extremely strange wheel. It looks like bronze or copper or something like that, covered in earth runes, extends out of the wall. There's also another door that leads out of the room, but the huge wheel slowly cranks, and there's a loud click as it cranks round. Like I said, the thing's covered in stasis and earth runes, and it sort of goes click, click, and exactly every 5 seconds apart, the wheel clicks one round.
And did the Trollkin or what have you?
They all scattered. They disappeared through holes in the walls. It looks like they might have gone like behind the large copper or brass pipes, whatever they are. It's extremely alien. This, well, not alien. You probably know where it is, covered in stasis and earth runes.
Okay, well, I want to head up the door in the next room and peer into the corridor. Or is there an actual just door?
There's an actual door you'll have to push open.
Well, let's do that. You don't get anything done in Runequest without just doing so. This is where we go.
Are you going by yourself as well? I love this.
I mean, the problem is you can't get we can't get blondel past that and the magic points is in, unless we had.
Unless you do something to do something to the column or to the spirit.
Yeah, but I think both take a long amount of time, and we may as well use that time wisely.
No, like I said, all Will has to do is cast Spirit Sight on 3 people, and you just batter it with Disrupt until it dies.
There's a lot of magic.
No, he'd seen that one, and the last Spirit was on less than half power.
I mean, also he's not here, so it's about not as.
Are you pushing the door open?
Is there a keyhole on this one as well?
This one doesn't have a keyhole. This one has. The noises the Trollkin made, you recognise as the sound of somebody who was shouting through the south door.
Okay.
Are you pushing it open? I'm fine with you pushing it open.
I'll pull back and kind of let the group know what's going on because.
Your arse went.
We need the spirit. No, we just need to deal with the spirit because Trollkin generally means trolls, and trolls plus Trollkin versus one humanity. Generally not great.
So, Kane bravely reports all of this.
Yeah, I guess we're just. I have got a. I think I have got a. Let's have a look. A hammer. Can I use a hammer to destroy that pillar?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I'll go and try and destroy the pillar with a hammer, I guess.
You strike the pillar. It actually appears to be a hollow thing filled with murky, dark-coloured vapour. Swirls. It breaks easily. And can you please make a con roll as the room begins to fill with gas and you start coughing and choking on the...
Oh, lovely. Is it con times what? Or is it just a...
Yeah, it's con versus potency, so...
Oh, okay, you just want to make a... I've got 20 con.
Yeah.
Try to make a roll.
Okay, so you only suffer a D3 poison damage to the chest because, you know, I'm an evil bastard. So 3 points of damage to the chest. The armor doesn't protect because you breathe it in. You stagger back, coughing and spluttering, your eyes burning. And as you do, obviously, because you brought when the spirit comes out and attacks you.
That's one way to deal with it, I suppose.
So you hear a loud smashing noise. This stuff is not stone. You just mistook it for stone, but nobody actually checked it. Yeah. So Kane is poisoned and he's been attacked in spirit combat.
Am I further poisoned or am I just damaged by the poison?
No, you've just taken the 3 points of damage to your chest because you're so awesomely hard. It's just like, I breathe poison and I shit ghosts.
Yeah.
Right. Right, okay. First of all, let's have a spirit combat roll. The other Bob and shouts to you in combat. I don't know. Help Kane, help Kane. Kane knocks the spirit. Go on, roll.
I mean, knocks the spirit is another thing, but yeah, I mean, damage.
Now it's manifested. Can I disrupt?
You can if you run forward into the room.
Room and disrupt it. Oh, wait, no, it's full of gas.
Did
Pretty
I
nasty.
just destroy part of the ghost's real body somewhere?
Yeah, and the ghost goes, ah!
I've just smashed like his skeleton.
Kane is standing in a cloud of green vapour as well, and coughing. And, well, he was coughing and spluttering until the ghost came out and attacked him because he smashed the ghost thing. Are you running forward?
Well, step to within range and to do
Right, or just move where you need to move.
type stuff.
Rwallan, Blondel, and Mclovin. I mean, Blondel, probably you want to stay out of the way on your one magic point, but Bobbin's waving his arms and shouting, help Kane, help Kane.
I'll move down from the doorway.
You see him wreathed by that ghost, standing in a cloud of green poisonous gas. I love it when a plan comes together. I just love it. I just couldn't smash it with a hammer.
Well, to be fair, nothing was happening, so I'm making stuff happen. I'm checking out a room, I saw Trollkin, I came back, I smashed the pit. I'm just doing things.
Yeah, you're
okay?
awesome, Kane. I love it. Right.
Thank you.
Okay, what is everybody doing? Kane's had his round of spirit combat. Who's opening fire with disruptions?
Bulbin will.
I will.
You can cast the spell out of your crystals if you have crystals.
Yes.
And I am.
Poor Dave is the only one who doesn't have a crystal because his character wasn't here for that.
Bulbin will attempt to save.
Right, he overcomes the spirit's power and does a D3 damage.
Since I appear to be lacking the wherewithal, I'll guard these two.
Fancy what, Andy? Sorry?
Since I appear to be lacking the wherewithal in the word gut disruption, I'll guard these two.
Ah, okay. Right, so the spirit is almost completely dispelled at this point. Who else is opening fire? Paul?
Made it and PvP.
Yeah, boy. You disrupt that ghost.
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
Do.
2 damage.
Oh, with 2 damage. Right, that is enough. With a loud psychic screech in your mind, its ectoplasm is scattered to the 4 winds, and it can't go back to the column which you've brought into reform or anything. So it just bursts like a balloon. Well done, Kay. Well done, sir. Right, you come back. You come back around.
Is the gas or whatever still spewing out of?
No, it was just seemed to be. It seemed to be contained in that pillar.
A localized.
Yeah, so you'd smashed the pillar that the spirit was contained in.
Because Bulbin loves me, he's going to heal me for 3 points in the chest as well.
Right, okay.
It's really. Alright, what's his magic? So 3.
How much
4, 5.
How much power points has he got left?
He's on 9 now. He had 14. He's been using them.
Right, so now you're in this room. The jagged shards of whatever that pillar was made of. It's not something you're familiar with. Are you coming in the room, Dave?
Yeah.
The double south doors made of stone unlock with this giant key, and Ryan's described that weird room covered in stasis runes and earth runes, and it's got weird machinery in it and extremely precise stonework.
And Trollkin that ran out of the room, right?
Yeah.
And then through another double door that doesn't have a key or anything, it's just the one you have to open. But obviously where Trollkin are trolls, and there's likely some either traps or, you know, fun things.
Scarier? Well, not scarier. What is also scary is the fact that I think I know what Earth and Stasis is.
Well, you should have a fair clue, to be honest. If you want to roll a law skill.
Time.
Homeland.
Oh, it's more annoying than time. Knowledge.
Your knowledgey type skill. Got the plus.
Homeland law.
Yeah, that'll do. It sounds like you've met a few of the Mostali from the Flint Nail cult up in Pavis because they were dealing with the Duke. Remember, they were building these
and they had
tower
those rooms.
And yeah, it's their kind of level of work. The Mostali, they almost sing the stone. They sing to the stones as they're tapping them, and it reminds you a lot of that. So you can take Homeland War. You can all have a roll on Homeland Law to realise this yourself, or Crodan can inform you all that it's probably Mostali work.
Fumble. It's not
No, it's not. Kane's like, no, it's not Mostali.
Actually, just dragons. It's all about the dragons, okay?
However, as you can see by the map and obviously by the descriptions, the two rooms have completely different makes. They've got like the Mostali work is beautiful and precise. It's like the stone was shaped rather than carved, whereas this is just a normal human, like how a human would form walls and build a room.
What do you mean, dragons? It's built by ducks. This.
Yeah.
Reedy enough for duck.
So this room you have the key for. You can lock the two stone. Well, you can lock the south door. The door that you came in leads to the giant throat or tunnel or whatever the fuck it is that's coming down that way. What would you like to do, gentle people?
Well, I feel I want to drag the gargoyle in front of the door we just came out of. Alright, so at the very least, this is like a safe room we can come back to.
That's a ridiculously good idea.
Okay, got you. It is a gigantic gargoyle.
Yeah, we'll all work together, right? Let's drag it over.
No, I'm saying no. It's I said it's good.
Oh, it's like
a good idea. So you just jam it against the door,
and then I mean, we can go investigate through that next door, and if it looks like it might be a bit too much, maybe we need to rest up a bit. I know
Good plan.
don't generally want to do that because it seems quite nasty down here, but you know, probably do.
Yeah, in general, the disjointed architecture, the weird mix of monsters, the Mostali machinery, it's all like not the summit like arrive here.
It's like a higgledy-piggledy of different races, architectures, and stuff.
Yeah.
It feels
strange.
Odd.
I think crashing through the surface into a giant like maw type thing and then running here with Gargoyle itself was already quite weird.
Happens.
Kind of on that. I mean, it doesn't just happen. You don't go and get bread and then this happens, you know.
You know what we call this in our Runequest group? Tuesday.
Yeah, go check that door then.
Right,
Gonna wiggle up there.
You push the door open. There's a small, a short 3-meter corridor that turns to the south. Can you please make a sense roll? Right, there's a sickly, sweet carrion smell coming from the south.
Oh, there's some nasty stuff to the south. That's what that.
The corridor turns south. You can probably see on the map, but you do sense a sickly, sweet smell.
I'll try and move quietly and like push ahead a little bit, like 2 squares, just to try and not. I mean, I actually have a no % chance to succeed in move quietly.
Unless you roll a 0-1 to 0-5.
Right. So we failed.
Is everybody else cowering at the back of the room like that?
No, I'll go with him, but I'll not sing the same marching song as he's.
Now, are you holding your torch to shine a light ahead of you?
Oh, definitely. I mean, at this point, there's no harm here.
It opens into a room. I'm not sure if that's an arch or a doorway. Again, this one's got weird marble floor. It's kind of reminiscent of lunar flooring, but different as it's strange marble. It seems like a higgledy-piggledy mix. Right, now let me just say, as you move through the Mostali room, you won't see any sign of the Trollkin though.
Yeah, I'll probably in the next room, I imagine.
Oh no, this one does not have a door. Can you please? You're best off making as a scan roll.
When you say best off, it doesn't sound like it's good if I don't make it.
Right.
So I'm happy I made it.
Okay, from the flickering light of the torch, you just sort of make out this edge of what looks like a sarcophagus or some kind of.
This is definitely good room.
Terrible
Very
idea.
good vibes. Very good vibes. Nasty.
I'm gonna roll a D100. Are you backing up?
Nah, I would be still peering in. I wouldn't.
99. All right, you're okay. It's just a room with a sarcophagus in that smells sickly sweet and carrion like.
It smells bad in here, guys. Just thought I'd let you know.
I was going to say hold back slightly.
I'll hold back. I'll pull back just a little bit.
Right, so because I rolled a 99, you walk back you do that thing where you walk forward and you stop, and then you like walk backwards, like do as he walks back into the room.
I'll have a look around for tracks.
You don't see any. You might see a slight track from over by the pipes where Kane had said the Trollkin were, but the floors are absolutely immaculately maintained. It's like there's a cleaner comes around and scrubs all the floors.
This is really odd. This feels very Pavasy.
Oh yeah, I guarantee you this is the weirdest Friday you're going to have this month.
Too. You don't live with Tracy.
Right, so Kane is backed up and nothing has happened because the DM rolls a 90 friggin' 9. So
Yeah, so there's something real nasty in there, I guarantee. I don't know what it is, but I just have that real big feeling.
I will go
Smells
to the
bad.
room and I will cast a spell that is part of my
which is what?
spirit.
Detect spirit. You can't detect any spirits in this room.
Detect undead, maybe? Because sarcophagus, I'll pop that.
Yeah, because you and Andy both have detect undead at will without using any magic points. Just saying.
Yeah.
Alright, you see red dots.
Oh, cool.
Holiday.
So there's definitely undead in there. It smells real bad. It's full of nasty.
Right, so you close your eyes, you concentrate, you reach out with your humanity sense. It's like spider sense, but it's for undead, and you sense lots of red squares.
Okay, well, this should be a fun room. So ready, guys? Ready to kill loads of undead, potentially get possessed by spirits.
There's no spirits.
So what is the cunning plan? Apparently you haven't been seen because I'm shit at rolling dice.
Well, your badness at rolling dice is why we're still alive.
So you should keep that up. Just
Yeah, just keep being bad.
yeah, you're pretty much the lifespan of this campaign at this point. Your roll, because our rolls suck 90% of the time. So, I mean, we kind of got to go this way. There's no other way to go, so I figure we'll just go in and murder.
I mean, we could pull back to the first
We can rest
door
that.
where Bobbin is.
Yeah, we can.
One
rest
person, you know, sets them off, so they'll follow through, and then only come through the door one at a time.
Know a lot
What's-
about undead, so I don't know if they're mindless or.
I think some undead are mindless, but others are not, and quite literally, I don't know.
Well, right, okay. I think that's a really good plan to try and coax them into the corridor. In fact, coax them back into this room.
Yeah, well, you literally can't run away. You've got humanities in the party. They either have to give up worshipping Humact or destroy the undead. That is literally there. You don't have a choice in that, unfortunately, Andy. You can either become apostate and like forsake your god, or you're like, nah, these bitches are going down.
An apostate to Humact is funny,
Not worth playing if you plan to play it like we play.
not with a sword, anyway. Right,
Right.
let's.
So
draw
where does everybody want to be? Are you withdraw? By some fucking miracle, you haven't been seen, even though you were shining a fucking torch down the corridor.
I couldn't move my thing because I'm an idiot and I was trying to move Kane. Right, I'll be here with my bow out, and then if it's skeletons, I'll switch to spear and so I'll ready them up against the wall.
So am I gonna go grab
I think Mclovin should.
Mclovin?
Yes, because there might be an issue with you not wanting to.
Because by the time they've finished eating Mclovin, they'll be full and they won't want to fight. They'll be like, no, bro, we've had enough. Is this what I'm sensing?
It's because I worry that he'll just not want to.
Okay. Whatever the plan is, I'm happy with it.
I'm positioning Bobbin in the corridor to keep an eye on the door that It's behind us in case anyone's messing with that, and then gives him a good line of sight into this next. So he's going to sit there. So I am ready, if that is the plan.
Does
That is the plan.
anybody
Unless
else
anyone
have any better plans to offer?
Nah, I mean, that sounds pretty sound, to be honest. And if it doesn't work, we'll charge in and kill everything.
What you mean, like put a load of oil on the floor just inside there, and when they come across it, set it on?
Yeah, they say it D&D if the oil's not that flammable.
Down bombs.
It's like barely refined enough to be usable in a lantern. Remember, you're in like pre-Greek times.
What about putting a tripwire? Does anybody have a?
Could string a rope over the entrance. The tunnel entrance.
I can do you a couple of pitons and a piece of rope if that's any help.
Yeah, but you'd have to pound them into the wall.
Well, we need to attract them somehow.
Oh, we were just going to send Mclovin in, weren't we? Wasn't that a plan? Send him in, he speeds on out. We kill him.
Him? No, that's not the plan.
Kill M.
Oh, M. Oh, yeah, we'll kill M.
Like them.
Right, so does anybody have anything else to add, or are you just going to go on Mclovin and go and pull them?
Yeah, go pull.
Training coming.
Right, so you move how far around?
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to...
That's sour on yourself.
I'm going to cast so. I'm going to light 2 torches. I'm going to hold one. I'm going to then move to about there. I'm going to throw the torch through the doorway.
Excellent. You throw the torch through the doorway. Make a throw and roll. No problem. That passes. It's just if you fumbled, it would have gone out. What's your power, please? Nothing happens for a second or 16. Then a great, terrible howl assaults your ears.
Turn and run.
Terrible, like the howl of death, like forces its way into your ears, like almost to the point of popping your eardrums. You still have control of your faculties, if not your bladder. It's like somebody got razor blades and is cutting at your ears. It's that horrifying. Kian, you're at the door. I'm going to give you a roll as well. 95. No, you don't turn and run, but you do hear, and then it's not just one howl, but several voices join in. Like an almost bestial animal-like scream. Shit, you say.
No, you're coming.
Yeah.
Okay, we better roll some initiatives then, chaps, hadn't we? Oh, some nice low rolls there. So first up was Rawal and Quacktavish. You hear this terrible ear-splitting howl, and then many voices join in, but you are too far away, but it doesn't sound good.
I shall fire up my fire blade.
And he looks at the runes carved into his blade, and his shot sort of bursts into fire. Hurrah! You can still move half your movement if you want, or you can just wait.
Right, well, I shall just move myself to there. In fact, no, I won't. Forget that. I'll stop where I am. The duck dances about like an indecisive duck.
Right, next up, Kane. The room is plunged into flickering fire as Andy's got a fire blade.
This calls for blade sharp 4 time, I think.
Okay, roll it.
Success. Then I'll wait, I suppose.
Crodan, you're up next. Yeah.
I don't.
You hear these like bestial howl, and then several other bestial howls join in, like a pack of dogs when they all howl together.
I'll get me bow ready, but I'm still thinking that I might have to quick switch. So.
Oh shit, Bracy, they go next. Round the corner bursts a rotting figure of a human with it's got covered in sores and bleeding. It's got long sharp teeth and claws on its hand. It stinks horrendously, and it actually comes bounding around the corner faster than you were expecting, and he's close enough so he can attack you the first one this round. Well, it's okay because you're uber dodger, aren't you? So I mean,
that's the hope. Good luck, my friend.
Goodbye, Kapara.
It has been an honour.
And this one goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I just need to check their movement speed. Move 8. Oh, so that one can't attack you. So this one bursts up next to you, but it's moved too far to actually attack you. So what he does is he reaches out with both of his horrendous sharp claws. Misses with the first. Claws at you with the second. Misses. And then he bites with his foul mouth full of sharp teeth and misses. Right, so those three have come bounding up the corridor. Next is Blondel of Svensson.
Can I shoot one of them?
You can, but you're shooting past literally through Mclovin, so you've got a 50-50 chance of hitting Mclovin or hitting them.
I'll hold my turn.
Bracey, do you want to give me a quick scan roll? Anything else about them? Right, Mclovin, this thing's claws and bites at you, like literally, like, you know, Dawn of the Dead, like tries to take a snack out of you.
I turn and run, like my life depends on it, which is more than an understatement. And I run behind Rulin.
Good lad.
Right, go on, run for it. Right, you.
Save me!
He runs and pants, and that is the end of the round. Okay, first up we have Roland Quactavish.
Right, I'm going to move a little bit forward. Make it a bit harder for them ladies to get in the room.
And who has Detect Undead up?
Me.
You. Right, okay, so you can see 3 of them haven't moved, but the other 3 have come running forward.
Nice. I'll call that out.
Andy, you've got Sense Undead as well. When he calls out there's undead, you've got Sense Undead at will. So you just go, right, I'll just Sense Undead. And you,
Right.
And you do.
You have to concentrate to do it, but then basically, so you see all of these coming bounding down.
I'm gonna hold my action until one's in melee.
I'll
and
get
the
ready
moment he's
now.
there, like,
Melee.
Okay, Kieran's holding. Crowdance, are you holding? Are you doing?
Yeah, arrow knocked, and I'm holding.
Excellent. Right. This one runs 2 squares forward, stops, raises its head like a dog, and lets out a howl. 0-4. Right, Crowdan, you're demoralised. You turn and run away. You're demoralised for 10 turns, unless you find a way to cancel it. Kane, 29. You're also demoralised. You turn and run away. Blondel, you are not demoralised. You quake with fear, but you're like, it's okay, lads, it's not that bad. And then you look and see Kane and Cruden have turned and they're just legging it. Next up, we have Mclovin. Right, you're okay? Well, I mean, okay, you take 2 of your best warriors have run away. And Andy, no, you're okay. Okay, right, you were holding your action, so Cruden and Kane, you immediately just turn around and run away as fast as you possibly can.
Yeah, as you do.
Because you haven't engaged in combat yet. Andy, this one runs in to attack you, but you get first attack. Please roll a scan roll.
Or do I like move? Full move.
Yeah, full move. You've literally had the willies put up here.
Was that like 12? So it's literally
you run to the door. You don't have to pull the gargoyle out of the way because you know there's nowhere for you to run to, but you run away and you basically cower in the room. And consider locking the door behind you to stop them getting in.
I dropped on the way.
Andy, they've got horrible, sharp, broken teeth. They're all sort of like blackened. But you do notice that they're dripping something from their teeth. And it's not saliva. It's like they've got some sort of venom dripping.
Cosmic.
Awesome, isn't it?
Yep.
Right. So what do? Go stabby?
Oh, not off.
Right. So it runs in, raises its claws. Andy swings his...
Ouch.
Oh, fucking hell. Andy slashes it in the head and it fucking falls to the ground unmoving. It's got no armour on. Boy, 12. Yeah, you literally decapitated Andy. So you sweep and chop its head clean off.
That's why I bring more than one humanity to a sword fight.
Yeah. Right.
Boom,
gone.
Fucking next.
Right, the next girl goes, okay then, and runs up here. You can't attack, but you can defend, and claws at you twice with its amazing claw skill. It goes rah, misses. It goes rah, Fumbles.
Rasputin.
Close itself.
Fumbled so badly that it rolls twice,
That's clever.
losing next attack and parry. So it falls to the ground, taking D3 rounds to get up, losing all attacks and parries. It literally lies down on the floor and goes, please stab me, Andy, is what it does.
It would be.
Right, so that's all of their actions. The other ones haven't moved yet.
Right.
All
Can
right.
I stab this one that's presented itself at me feet?
No, but you can next round. So next is Blondel, sorry. Right, you've just seen Kane and Croydon leg it.
I move forward and strike out with my sword at the one that's lying on the floor.
Right, it's prone, so you're not going to miss unless you roll 96 to 100. You do 12 damage to the abdomen. Right, you stab down. There's a snap as it breaks its spine. Both of its legs are disabled. It takes a maximum of 10 damage. Right, it's not quite dead, but you've broken its spine in half. And it's sort of pathetically scrabbling and clawing at Andy's feet, trying to kill him. Fuck my monsters. Mclovin.
We're working on it.
I am
Mclovin.
going to move there and engage.
Right, so you're clambering past the brass.
Can't I, how
'Cause
tight
that is like a cage, floor to ceiling.
All right,
It's
okay,
it's like pipe works, you know, and you see in those factories and movies. So you can clamber through it, or you can go all the way around. It's up to you.
Okay, in that case, I will just move to there. To if this next one moves in, I can get an attack and I hold my action.
Right, as you walk past the big wheel, it goes click. Okay. Right. Well, that's end of round. You're holding your action, but first up is Mr. Quack Tavish.
Right. So that one in front of me is
It's almost dead. It's got a snapped spine and it's weakly clawing and trying to bite your foot. Well, your flipper.
Well, what we'll do then is we'll move to there and attack that one.
Right, so you step forward and take a wild stab at it. Go on. 13 damage in the right leg. Right, you slash it in the right leg, which has got 4 hit points. Right, off comes the right leg. So, as per usual, Roland just steps forward, goes, whoosh, slices his leg off, and it falls on the ground. Because he's just that kind of duck. It can take -8, so it's still alive, but obviously it has one leg. And next up, Kane. You run
Make a campfire. Ooh, actually, is there a mechanic in this like the ones before where you could... Like, there was a way to remove it that wasn't fanaticism. I don't know.
Meditate. I'll let you use...
05 is the likely... I mean, I got close, but yeah.
Crodan, you run at the corner and cower next to Kane.
I
Get the coffee on,
also
lads. I'll be through in a minute.
to meditate and snap out of it, and then maybe I can help snap him out of it. But I'm not sure if I
You
can
just
or
grab
not.
him and just start slapping him. Pull yourself together, man.
Come on, boy, you can do it. Unfortunately, I don't.
No, okay, right. You run in the corner and you hold hands with Kane because you're scaredy cats.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's us.
Next up, the beasties. Right, the other 3 have started moving now. 7, 8. That one gets to there, but they can't attack this turn because they've moved their full movement. The one on the floor weakly tries to claw at you.
Kill it.
It goes, misses. Yeah, he can't use both claws because he's using the other one to push himself along. And the one Andy was fighting is on the floor, and he also weakly tries to claw at you. Romero style. And misses. Awesome. Next up, Blondel of Svenstown.
You strike again at the one on the floor.
Okay, go on. 8 points of damage, slashes into it, Dave, and you finish it off. Mclovin.
I'll go back my mate open.
Right, the northernmost one is on the floor because Andy's locked its leg off.
I'll take a swing at the one right in front.
Okay, go on.
And that's
6
plus.
So that is 5 damage to the right arm. It disables its right claw. They're not wearing, looks to be quite badly hurt, that one. Next up, end of turn. Mr. Quack Tavish, you're up, sir.
Right, I'll have a go at that one directly in front of me, see if I can finish it off.
So you make one attack at 74% on the first one, which is a success, doing 10.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much.
That's the one on the ground, and it's dead.
Yeah.
That one is dead.
And
Dead.
And then shall I roll the other one?
Yeah. That's also a success, doing 15 damage, and you kill that one as well. So Andy basically sweeps across the front of the undead, and they fall to the ground. Dead as doornails. Kane. Roll a power roll for the first round. Fails. Roll a power roll for the second round. This is a power times power roll, so 38 succeeds. So this round, now you're able to act. So you've pulled yourself together, and you can move this. Earl, I need a roll for you for the first turn.
Power.
Yeah, it's a power times power roll.
But fine, there you go. He keeps hiding from his rich. Nope.
Right, so Kane, do your movement because it's your turn right now. What? How
sword.
fast do you run, like?
Isn't it? I mean, that's how much I moved to get there in one round.
Yeah, no, but you dashed. Are you dashing there back?
Oh yeah, I'm dashing.
Right, well you can't pull your sword at the same time as you're dashing.
Oh, okay, well I'll
you're doing
dash anyway.
You're doing a full run. Okay,
well,
Croden, you are next, and you have pulled yourself together.
Slightly above, so I'm not in the way of Blondel in case he wants to shoot something. Makes more sense.
Okay, so you can't say anything, right? Blondel of Svenstown. You're just watching this duck just carving through these guts, and they wonder why Delecty's never managed to invade Duck Point.
Well, I can shoot over Andy, can I?
Yes, he's only a wee fella.
Right. But I'll have to put away my sword and bring out my bow, and that'll take a turn, won't it?
Yeah. You can, if you drop your sword on the ground and pull your bow, you can fire it at the end of the round, but just one shot. If you put your sword away and then pull your bow out, then you can't fight the next round. So literally, with a clang, Blondel drops his sword.
If I drop my sword, do I lose my blade sharp?
Yeah.
Now I'll just stay ready.
Okay.
Yeah, pick them back up.
Mclovin, you're up, sir.
I will hold in the defensive and wait for these other two ghouls to move in. Because if I move out, chances are both going to be able to attack us.
Not a problem. You're up first.
Right, I am going to
could back up a bit.
Move to there and attack that one in front of me.
Okay. No messing for Ruala. Go ahead.
Like that.
The ghoul manages to get out of the way. A success versus. No, he reduces it by 9% because of your skill, but he still manages with his shitty 22% dodge. Manages to dodge out the way of your blade. Awesome. He's Ninja Ghoul. Kian, you're up next.
Not now, Kato.
Can I squeeze between Mclovin and Rualan?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so, and can I draw my sword as a move and then attack this round, or is it?
Yes, as long as you move in half, which is 6.
Yeah.
So if you move 6 or less, you can draw your sword.
Second one.
Right.
And slash it.
And lash at one. Go on then.
So I don't want to steal. Would I still have my blade sharp from casting it?
No, because you lose concentration when you got demoralized.
Yep. I figured. That was just worth an ask.
Go on then, because they need to howl again. You can do it. Oh, god damn you. No, he fails his dodge. You hit him for. You disable his left arm so he can only claw once. He takes.
I would prefer to take his head off so he can only lie down. But
right, he's extremely badly hurt as you cut through his rotten arm and into the chest cavity. Andy at this point should go, very good, Kane, you're doing well, keep it up. As Andy's standing there, covered in gore up to the knees.
I mean, I did a lot of the slaying of the gargoyle, okay? It's taken turns.
Kane,
I also
this is a safe space. We're all supportive here. You're doing very well.
But I'll sell the spirit the GM in a second.
Croden, you're up next, mate. You can step forward and shoot over Quack because he's only a wee fella.
I shall do that with my bow. Well, I'll shoot an arrow. I won't shoot me bow because that would be weird.
Boar goes flying across the room and impales the ghoul through the arm.
Right. Yes. Gordon steps on the corner, throws his bow at him. Who throws a bow? Right, go on then. Give us some pew 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 pew.
13 to the right arm. Oh no, 8, 6. Well, I'm confused.
6 damage to the right arm, which is enough to hurt the girl, but it's still quite. It's on about half hit points. Right. Next is the ghouls. They howl out in unison, and Crawdan and Kane have already saved, so they're immune to this particular pack of ghouls. You are demoralised. You don't have to run away because you're already engaged, but you're on half chance to hit and full defence. Mclovin, that fails on you, and Blondel, well failed. They both howl in unison, and although the sound is painful to ears, you're just like, nah, fuck those guys. Fuck those guys. They do, however, start clawing. So, Andy, this one starts clawing at you. He goes, hurrah. And he hits, hurrah, on the chest for 6 damage.
Not if I parry him, he doesn't.
No, he does not. Right, you'd successfully, easily parry away. It's just a claw. So he swings at you with his right claw and misses, and then attempts to bite you all John Romero style, successfully biting you on the abdomen. He bends almost double and bites you on the abdomen, Andy. You can try and...
Can I parry that as well?
Yes, you can try a second parry, but you're minus 20 for your second parry. So you need to get 66 or less. Yeah, that succeeds. Yeah, so he bends almost double and then tries to bite you in the girlies for some reason. Oh,
they're a bit odd, these ghouls, aren't they?
They are. Ken, you get claw. Special attack hits on the left leg.
It only has 1 claw.
Oh, it does only have 1 claw, so it misses the second claw because it has on 1 arm and misses with the bite. Right, that leaves Blondel.
So can I, let's see, move 6 and attack?
You can move up to 6 and attack. Well, it's half your movement speed. I know Andy's 5'8". You can move 4 and attack. Andy's 5'8", 8 swimming, and you lot are all move 8. Right, so you step forward, and which one do you slash at? North or south?
South.
Right, roll the hit. Dave hits in the abdomen. And he fails. 4 damage. Wow. That is enough to kill him. So a sword thrust comes out from nowhere, Kane, and drops the girl dead in its tracks.
Man, I must have just killed it with my mind.
With just your mind sword. That leaves
Mind sword, yeah,
Mclovin, you're last up. The girl looks about half damaged to you.
And take a swipe at the one that Andy's
swing. You swing over the top of Andy's head. You hit. Roll a d6 plus 1 plus 1d4.
5.
5 is not enough to kill it. However, you've hacked into it. Chunks of flesh and bone hang away from it, and this thing looks like it's barely staying together. It's like bits of it hanging off. Where did you hit it? Right leg. So it's fallen down on the floor, and it's weakly trying to claw at Quacktavish, but it's not going to last that long because he's next on round 6. Rualin. So you basically stab it in the leg and it expires messily with the sizzling of burning undead flesh. Hurrah!
Any more?
There are no more. You have killed all of the beasties. Whereabouts do you want to move to for the end of the evening? Is there anything last minute things you want to do?
I think we should carefully search this room.
Baldwin's still going to watch behind.
As you move into the room, you see several sarcophagi. The lids are pushed open. The room is strangely clean again, although there are some small piles of like detritus lying about, but they've got weird like teeth marks in them. But it's like the room is like clean as anything.
The Trollkin are the cleaners.
It's true that trolls and Trollkin can't eat anything, like literally anything, rocks, stones, trees. All right. In one of the caskets is a rotten corpse which is almost skeletal, and you can see it's got teeth marks in. Make a search roll.
Right.
All of us saw.
Yeah. If you search in the room.
As usual, the duck finds sod all.
I don't think anybody finds anything here. Right, it's all stone, so go on, I'll matchstick this room. Ha ha ha.
Anyone got me chisel?
I've got a hammer
He's got a hammer.
and a chisel.
Right, we
You
spent
take some
6
time.
months hammering the entire surface of the room. Right, so you don't find anything into the room.
It's Kane, right? I think Kane's rolled.
So you've all moved into this room.
I don't think Ian has rolled search yet.
Yeah, just so I'm clear. Well, if you're searching, you're in the room, just so I know what happens for next time.
Oh, don't say it like that.
I do think if we're going to camp, though, we ought to go back into that little bit of corridor.
Yeah.
The little bit of corridor or the room where you've got the room blocked off and you've got the key to the south door.
Yeah, that's what I do. Block out.
That's better.
I mean, these are really heavy stone covers, so you could, between a lot of you, carry the lids and also use them to block the other door.
Feels a bit excessive.
I'm not like supposed to be giving you hints, but just if you wanted to feel safe, you know, I'm an enabler. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, we could do that, and we could all be hot and sweaty and knackered by the time we've done it, or we could just walk back through there and lock the door.
I'm all for locking the door.
Also, as you can see, again, it's a different kind of flooring. It's almost like lunar marble, but the blocks are chiseled differently to the ones you've seen, and they look ancient of design, but they don't look old in age, if that makes any sense. Right, so is there anything else, or are you happy to just like, right, obviously there's a corridor leads out of this room. If you shine your torch down, which you can just see it comes to a T-junction heading south and straight. Okay, so are you moving back to the Gargoyle room and then camping for the night?
Is Kane going to have a quick search roll if he's in there?
No, Kane's like, no, fuck you all. Are you searching, Kane?
Nah, because I'm respectful of the dead, even if they did try to eat us, so no.
Like that.
Yeah. Dude's a humour, what can I say? Right, so you all move back into the room, you lock the door, and you set up camp, and that is where we finish for this evening.